I want to go to calls, but first, this. Again, I want this to hit people. I want people to really sit back and let this soak in and meditate on it for a moment. Think about it. In California, in Michigan, in Tennessee, in Texas, in Florida, in Pennsylvania, in Ohio, in New York, in New Jersey, in New Mexico, in Arizona, in Nevada. I mean, we can pull these articles up we have where they put cameras in the showers. And then a visiting team, in one case, about 8 years ago in Tennessee, the girls' basketball team was taking a shower after the game and saw the cameras. They ran out screaming. The parents got mad. And the school said, well, our school knows this. We openly announced this year we watch the girls and the boys naked and we videotape them because there could be crime in the showers. This is in a nice school. And that was a psychological warfare test. You just see if they can come out and say we're watching you in the showers. And I've seen case after case of this, cameras in the bathrooms, cameras in the stalls at roadway stops, everywhere. And then it comes out because the school announces it a month ago, oh, we're watching the kids at home and we're watching their parents. And throw the photos up that have now been released by the court of kids asleep in their beds. And the school with the issued laptops, and Google announced 4 years ago, they're watching people at home now. I mean, it's so amazing. And here's Philly.com, the Philadelphia Inquirer, lawyers, laptops took thousands of images, and they've got emails from the school saying, this is the best soap opera ever. A staffer is quoted as saying in an email to the administrator running the program, I know, I love it. She is quoted as having replied. In fact, I forgot to give you the clip. Watson posted that Frontline before this ever came out a year and a half ago. Frontline showed teachers watching kids over the laptops. I want to play that video because, the issue is the media is acting like this is an isolated case, Bob. This is not isolated, but the magnitude of how out of control government is that they come out and announce we're watching you at home. I mean, this is more than Orwellian, Bob Chapman.
It's strictly perversion of one form or another. That's really the basis to it. I mean, children don't do anything when they're sleeping. People don't fondle people in showers and bathrooms at schools. I mean, I never saw it, and
But that's not even the issue. You're guilty until proven innocent, and the school is perving, is openly watching people. I mean, the police can't put a camera in your house without a warrant, but the school just does it. It's illegal.
That's right. But they're watching not because they're concerned about anybody. They're watching to see what these people are like, and they're perverts.
I'm going to play a video clip from a year and a half ago, long before this even broke, of another school district on Frontline with them playing this like it's no big deal. Let's go ahead and play that video clip now.
So I click, and there's an observe button, and it brings up their screen.
The school's assistant principal spends part of each day remotely monitoring what the kids are doing on their laptops.
We have a photo booth.
He can see them, but they can't see him.
These kids are goofing off, taking pictures of themselves in class.
So wait, do all the kids have the cameras on?
6th and 7th grade have cameras. A lot of kids are just on it to check their hair, do their makeup. They just use it like it's a mirror. I always like to mess with them and take a picture. 9 times out of 10, they duck out of the way. And then they shut down and they get right back to work. So I can see he's got a few things going on here. He's got the photo booth program open. He's got his social studies project open, school email open. I think the kids know what is expected of them, but they also want to do all their other things. That's what I see a lot of, is the multitasking. But I was doing my work too.
Most of the adults at the school actually seemed pretty sanguine about the kids being so easily distracted.
You learn something new every day.
I think that.
Okay, so out in plain view, they train the children to be watched, everything they do being photographed in the school. Now it's outside of the school. These are laboratories. They thumb scan to get school lunches. They're biometrically controlled. They're frisked. They're searched. This is prison training. This is the destruction of our free republic, Bob.
It certainly is. And It's the practice of continually watching people, and people become hardened to it, and they expect it as normal, and it's not normal.
And so in the social experiment, the government's been watching you at school. Now they say we're watching you at home. The parents get upset. They haven't been conditioned enough to accept it. They file lawsuits. Again, it's all part of incrementalism. Do you agree?
Absolutely. Dialectic incrementalism.
Let's take some calls. Let's talk to Brad in California. You're on the air with Bob Chapman of internationalforecaster.com. Go ahead, Brad.
Sweet. Hey, thanks, Alex, and thanks, Bob. This kind of is a little off topic, but I'll try to tie it into economics a little bit. I want to talk about soft kills, eugenics, and vegetarianism, veganism, and low-fat diets. You can see how they're promoting that. The environmentalists are promoting veganism, vegetarianism. They're trying to...
Yeah, they admit they're going to put taxes on all meat. That's already started in Europe. And it's also shown that the brain doesn't develop as well without the fatty acids and things that are in meat.
Definitely, and people become sterilized by veganism and vegetarianism, definitely. And so they're trying to sterilize.
Well, that's actually true. Women that are on vegan diets, most of them have trouble having children, and their doctor won't even tell them why they can't have children, because if you're not getting enough protein, the body shuts down and won't let you be reproductive.
Absolutely, and it makes people more docile. If you look at ancient tribes, like Weston A. Price visited all these tribes throughout the world, tribes who ate a traditional diet high in fat, high in animal meats and blood and things like that, organs, they were strong, territorial, they held their ground, and people who ate more of a vegetarian-style diet were docile and easily conquered.
That anthropology's been well pointed out, and that's another reason they drug the water, they push drugs on us, legal and illegal. Bob Chapman, any comments on that?
I just think it's amazing that some of the things that some of the listeners come up with, and the intelligent coverage that they get out of it. I mean, I didn't know what this gentleman's talking about. I had never read about it. And I thank you for calling in, because I just learned something.
And then the system infects the meat with poisons and antibiotics and garbage and then moves in to shut it down. It's incredible. Brad, I appreciate your call. Tracy in New Mexico, you're on the air.
Hey, how you doing, Alex?
Doing okay.
Okay, thanks for the call. Hey, I was at the Tea Party yesterday in Albuquerque.
Yes, for those that don't know, let me pull the article out. Guys, let's put the swastika photos on screen from the newspaper there. Democratic operatives running around with signs that said Nazi youth for lower taxes. And we know groups nationally, this was in the AP Monday, pushed to do this. And this is similar to what the Congressional Black Caucus got caught a month ago doing, lying about the N-word and being spit on. Go ahead. You were there. What did you see?
Well, I don't. They must have been on the other side of the street or something. I didn't see anything like that. Everybody I saw had decent signs.
Well, this was in Santa Fe. Where were you?
Oh, I was in Albuquerque.
Okay, different city. Okay, go ahead.
Well, there were thousands of people out there. I got there about 3:30, and it was from 4 until 7. I left about 6, and I almost couldn't get out. I never saw so many people in one place. I handed out about 120 of your tapes, and some of them to people with large church groups that swore that they were going to play them for their churches, and a couple of biker groups. One had 100 in it, and another had 120. I gave them 5 of your DVDs, and they guaranteed me his whole group's going to watch them. Some of the guys have been talking about getting them and making copies and passing them out too. So here's a great opportunity.
They're scared to death that the Patriots are going to take the Tea Parties back and use them as meeting groups to educate mainline Republicans. That's why all these Republican leaders have been demonizing us and others and saying they've got to keep us out of the Tea Parties. But wonderful, wonderful job that you did.
Well, I just saturated them with your tapes. And let me ask you, can you make a copy out of one of your copies?
Yes.
Okay, well, that's what I told them to do, and they said they would.
Of course.
And they were tickled to death to get them. The ones that got them from me, there was only one lady that was a little smarter than everyone else and said she thought she had all the information she needed about what was going on. And I checked her sign. It was okay. She seemed okay. She was just a smarty. And so I went on. Everybody else was shaking my hand, thanking me. They were appreciative of it.
Did you tell them that this will give them the full picture?
Yes, I did. I told them that you'll know why you're here. If you watch these DVDs, you will know exactly why you're here. It will give you all the missing pieces that you don't have, and I know you don't have them all. No one does. But these DVDs will get you started on the right track. When
yes,
you get
sir.
done, make copies if you can, pass them out, let your friends see them. Have some friends over.
Well, Tracy, it's what you're saying right now is what scares the globalists to death, because you go wake people up, they wake other people up. The truth's only got to be applied once. Lies have to be applied over and over again, and we're having a devastating effect on these people.